Hey guys, today we've got an FGX Falcon in for an install. So just going to show you all how to do the installation process of it all. So overall it's very similar to an FG. You've got your bottom pocket here, which pops out the same as FG. And then down here you've got an 8mm bolt. So 8mm on this side, 8mm on this side, and then two 7mm down the back. So remove all four of those, so two 8mm and two 7mm. Remove those two. And then coming up the top here, you got your two 7mm bolts as well. So again, one 7mm there and one 7mm on this side. So just remove them, and then your unit is completely unbolted. Now just located at the top, you've got these three plugs. So these two white ones have to be removed. So just push the tab in, slide it out, the same as that back one. Pop them down there. Then you got your factory USB, which is usually plugged into this plug. Plug that out. So press down on this little tab, pop it out, and that's completely free. So then moving down to the face of the unit again, what you want to do is you want to pull it back as far as you can. Just about that far back. So the main difference between FG and FGX is the actual plugs behind the system. So what you have to do is you have to get your hand behind the back here. You have one plug on the left hand side and one plug on the right hand side. So you just want to get your hand up there. There's two push tabs up the top of the plugs. So you've got to get your hand around the plug, push down on the tab and pull it out. Likewise with this side. And then once those two are out, you have more room to slide the unit back. Another thing you want to do is this USB plug. It's just pushed into the back of the dash, into those two holes. You just want to pull this out. That way it's completely free from the dash as well. Then having the unit out like this, you can tilt it back as far as you can as well. Then if you look down here, you'll see two more little plugs that run to the bottom right corner. So that white one and the black one on the far right. Now they're still plugged into the bottom of the unit. So obviously you want to reach your hand down from the top here, push down on the tabs and pull them both plugs out. And then once that's done, you can totally remove the unit from the dash. Alright, so now we've got the unit removed from the car. So overall, again, this is very similar to an FG. So you just got all these little Phillips head screws. So you want to remove 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove those 4 screws to remove your side brackets. And then the same thing over on this side as well. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove all 4 of those, and then your side brackets are removed from the unit. Alright, so once you got the side brackets off, you have these 4 Phillips head screws down the corners here. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. I'll remove those 4, and you can remove the main drive. Alright, so once those 4 screws are removed, you can just grab this and lift it up. Alright, so this is where things start getting different from the FG. So you've got this main harness that runs through the ICC itself, which plugs into the board. So you want to keep all of this stuff. So you retain all of this harness with the version 6 or Linux system with the KAYHAN head units. So just at the bottom here, there's a small tab. Just push down on that tab and remove this plug. Then we'll go from there. So once you've got that plug disconnected from the board, the next thing is to remove the screen. So again, you've got 4 Phillips head screws. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove those 4 screws, and then you can remove the screen from the fascia. So once you've got the screen removed, you want to remove this whole harness from the back of the screen. So pushing down on this tab, push down on that, pull it out. Then with this one, push down on this little locking thing and slide this corner piece. And so another thing you want to do with the screen is you want to remove these little side brackets. So you just got 2 T9 Torx bits. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Remove those 4 T9 Torx bits to keep these 2 side brackets. Another good thing to do just for some clearancing is to remove this little cover for the CD drive. So just got 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips head screws. So just remove that and you'll have a bit more room for the new drive to sit in. Alright, so just with your 2 side brackets that you removed from the factory screen. So they just place onto the screen like this. So once that's done, just put back your 4 screws for the screen into the fascia, and then you can get ready for the rest of it. Alright, so next thing you can do is grab that factory harness, run that back along the side, and make sure that plug's seated into the factory board. Then from there you can grab the new Linux or version 6 drive, put back your 4 screws, so 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then from there you can get started on the rest of it. Alright, so from here you got your main power harness which is plugged into the unit. You got this cable which you want to run along the left hand side, tuck that up the top because this one plugs into this factory plug. So these 2 plugs here go in to themselves. Alright, so next step is you want to put your factory brackets back on the sides. So there's 2 screw holes you want to make line up. So on this end, you got this top screw. You want to line this hole up to there, mount that screw. Then once that's done, you got this little locating pin. You want to make sure that's into this bottom hole on this side. And then you want to mount this screw on the left hand side, just up here. So just like that, we've got both side brackets mounted to the factory positions. And this is all using the factory screws as well. So make sure you keep all your screws in order that you remove from the factory system. And from here, we've got the whole unit fully assembled now. So with the factory harness dummied up the top here, running down this right-hand side of the unit into your control board. All your CAN bus and harness is all correctly plugged in now. So from there we can get started on putting it all back together and back into the car.